Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Akeso here, and I am going to be doing a class guide, or just kind of a rundown of my classes, so you guys can get an idea of how I play, and maybe kind of how you should set up your classes. So let's go ahead and get right into it. As you can see here, my very first class is called Run, and this is usually for Capture the Flag. I like to be a very offensive player, so you're going to kind of see that in my classes here. And let me explain my Run class. I have an MPL with a grip. The MPL is very similar to the AK-74. It's a very good gun, has I think 30 or so bullets, so you have a lot of bullets in the submachine gun. So it's a great gun to run around with. And as you can see, as my secondary, I have a Strela 3. And in all my classes, you'll notice, except one, that I have a Strela 3. And I'm going to just kind of explain this right now and why. It's kind of obvious, really. Not a lot of people carry Strela 3s or Laws or, the things that can shoot down helicopters and things that are just kind of owning you from the sky. So, I just kind of take it upon myself to be that guy that actually carries one around and shoots things down for the team. So it's really great to have one and carry around because you don't want an attack helicopter owning the whole match, and that's just kind of obvious common sense. As you see here, I have a Semtex, concussion, and tactical insertion. And the reason I have a tactical insertion on my Run class is because you can throw that tactical insertion down kind of on the outskirts of the where the team is defending, where the flag is placed, and you can just kind of, after every time you die, if the defense kills you, you can run right back in, and always make sure to place that tactical insertion down every time you die, so that way you don't have to be running back from the spawn point, which is going to waste you a lot of time if you are doing that. So I really recommend a tactical insertion for you. The three perks are kind of common sense for a Run class. You want to have lightweight on because you want to be faster, you want to be quicker, you want to be harder to shoot, especially when running the flag. Sleight of hand is a great perk just for really any class, I think. It's going to be able to make you reload faster, obviously, so it's going to kind of give you a bigger edge if you have to actually kill somebody when you're running the flag. Marathon is also very common sense for this class. You want to be able to run for longer and run away as quickly as possible. Alright, we'll go ahead and move on to Team Deathmatch here. And as you can see, I have a Galil with a silencer. And I really like the silencer because it doesn't show you on the minimap when you fire. And I'm kind of one that doesn't like to be seen on the minimap at all, because the minimap is a great source of information that a lot of people take advantage of. So I kind of want to make it to where I'm not even on the map at all. So a lot of people aren't going to be able to find me as easily. And as you see here, Semtex, concussion, and motion sensor. Kind of the same setup except the motion sensor. The motion sensor, I think, is a lot better than the Claymore because the Claymore is kind of a one chance kind of kill. And it's not even kind of guaranteed to you that you are going to kill someone with the Claymore. So I think the motion sensor is a lot better because you can see everyone in the area, and as well as you're going to kind of have that extra heads up. So it's kind of better in the Claymore in the sense that you just can kill somebody with your gun quickly and not even have to worry about someone being behind your back after your Claymore is blown up. And as you can see, Ghost, Sleight of Hand Pro, and Marathon. And if you want to get the Pro versions of these, that's great. I prestige every time I have a chance, so I really don't work on the Pro versions that much. And as you can see, I have Ghost, and for this reason, I already explained that I don't like being on the map. I like being off the map, off the grid, I guess you could say, and that just really helps me out. Keeps you away from those spy planes, because a lot of people use spy planes, a lot of people don't change their kill streaks, so a lot of people have them. I already explained why Sleight of Hand is a very good perk to have, as well as Marathon. My next class is a Domination/Demolition class. It kind of couples together. I have the same weapon and use it for the same reason, really. The only thing that is different about this class is the tactical insertion. And the tactical insertion, is very important because it's kind of like where you're playing Capture the Flag, kind of like my Run class. You want to be near the objectives at all times. You want to be pushing the objectives at all times. So you want to lay a tactical insertion down kind of on the outskirts of the objective, and you always want to be pushing and attacking. Or if you're defending, it's really useful for defending too, because if you lay that down and you die and you need to quickly defend a flag and kill some people, you can do that by just spawning where you've placed it, hopefully in a very good spot. Then you can just look maybe right outside a window or through an opening and just kill the people that are taking your flag. It's a great Great thing to have. Alright, my next class is a defense class, and I don't really use that too much, but when the time arises, I will use this class. And this class has no kind of thing to get me off the map, because I figure if you're going to be playing defense, you're going to be letting people know where you are anyway, so it doesn't even really matter, if you're shooting a lot of bullets and letting people know where you are, because defense is all about just making sure you kill people. It's not about being sneaky, at least to me, I think. As you see, I have a Stoner 63 with a red dot sight. The Stoner 63 is a very great light machine gun. A motion sensor is very great to have on a defense class, because say you're covering the left side and you need your flank, your right side covered, you can just throw a motion sensor kind of far out there, and it'll let you know, if anyone's coming on your right side, so you can be prepared and have a heads up and be able to kill whoever's coming. That's a great thing to have, I think, when playing defense. Scavenger is also a great thing to have on defense, because you're going to be shooting a lot of bullets. You're going to need more ammunition, so when you do kill people, you're going to be able to run over their bodies and just quickly take more ammunition and just never run out. So that's a great thing to have. Sleight of hand's very great for a light machine gun. Light machine guns reload very, very, very slowly, so that's a very great thing to have. Marathon's kind of obvious. You could actually probably switch that out with Ninja if you wanted to, but like I said, you don't really need to worry about being sneaky, but you can kind of switch that out with whatever you want. And my next class here is a search class, and it's kind of similar to my other ones, except that I have a frag grenade and hacker on. And the reason I have a frag grenade for search is because priming grenades is a very useful tactic, and especially in search when you only have one life. You want to be very careful, with your life. So frag grenades, you can prime them, you can kind of set up where you want to throw it, when it wants to blow up, and all of that. So I think it's very useful for search, especially if you do get a very good frag grenade throw. You can kill maybe 1 to 2 people with it. The motion sensor is kind of obvious for search. You want to be aware of your surroundings, because you need to be very careful with your life. And hacker is really the big thing here, because hacker is very important for search. At least I think so. You could easily run over a claymore and die, and that's really the big thing about search. Is a lot of people use equipment, and a lot of people will use claymores, and once you run over one, you're kind of screwed. So hacker is, it lets you show everything on the map, or all the equipment on the map anyway. So this way you can have a heads up, and you can also tell your teammates where to avoid, and you can actually destroy the equipment if you want, or you can just leave it there and just go around it. And that's a very good thing to have for search. My next class is a hardcore class, and I don't play hardcore too often, but when I do, I like to have a single shot or a 3-shot round gun. So this is why I have the FAL, and I kind of follow the same principle. I like to stay off the map, kind of off the grid. That's why I have a silencer here. I also have Ghost. It's very similar to my Team Deathmatch class, but the only thing that is different is that I do have a Claymore. The motion sensor obviously doesn't work in hardcore, so that is why I do have a Claymore. And my next class here is just kind of a miscellaneous class I like to have fun with. It's right now it's my sniping class, and I just have the L96 with a variable scope and a ballistic knife and tomahawk. Those are obviously 2 fun things to mess around with and get some pretty funny kills with. Concussion and Claymore. You can kind of do whatever you want with the rest. Really, it doesn't really matter. You can do whatever you want. But right here I have Ghost, Scout, and Ninja. Kind of following the sniping principle, trying to stay off the map, trying to be silent. So hopefully this helps you guys, because it really does matter what classes you have. If you just kind of have classes you threw together and they're kind of crappy and not really well thought out, it's not really going to help you out. You want to think about your classes and think about what equipment you're using, and you really want to put some time into creating these, because it's really going to help you improve. And it might not seem like it, but it really, really will. And I hope you guys will follow some of my advice and some of my setups that I have and kind of apply it to your own to really help you out, because it really will help you improve. And thanks guys for watching, and if you could give me a like, a favorite, whatever, that would be great. So thanks guys, see ya.